Well, hello everyone. It's your man Darrell Owens here, LegacyMaker Sports Network, alongside Lamonte Thomas, and we are coming live from the Atlantic 10 Women's Tournament, the 2025 edition, here from the Henrico Sports and Events Center in Henrico, Virginia. Lamonte, first game of the tournament. How you feeling? We got George Washington, the 12 seed, taking on the number 13 seed, the Loyola-Chicago Ramblers.
As we learned from last year, Darrell, even these higher seeds or lower seeds, I would say for Atlantic 10, they bring it, right? The energy's through the roof. Loyola looks like they're here for business. George Washington's got the game face on. It's time to go.
Yeah, it should be a really fun one here. Me and Lamonte are going to come back and bring you all of the audio broadcasts today. So thank you all for truly tuning in. It is going to be a fun one here from the Henrico Sports and Events Center in Henrico, Virginia. I'm Darrell Owens, Lamonte Thomas. We'll be back in just a second. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 Five Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Kulture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers. an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend has it is coming soon from legendary Kulture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from legendary Kulture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are back here for the 2020-25 edition of the Atlantic 10 Women's Tournament here from the Henrico Sports and Event Center in Henrico, Virginia. I'm Darrell Owens alongside Lamonte Thomas, and we are here to bring you today's action. We got the number 12 seed, George Washington Revolutionaries, coming in 12-17 on the season, 5-13 in the A-10 to take on the number 13 seed, the Loyola-Chicago Ramblers, who are 13-16 on the season, also 5-13 in the A-10. Lamont, two teams, they split during the year. What do you expect in the third edition of this contest?
I'm thinking energy, right? Energy is gonna determine this game. The first time these two teams met, I believe it was Loyola that got the best of George Washington by just about 4 points. And then in the second game, George Washington won by a convincing 12. And I think that the energy is going to be a determinant factor of that. Lou Wolf over here, the mascot for Loyola, he's hyped up. He's running around the court. You might want to put him in for a couple minutes.
I think he's ready. For Loyola-Chicago, the starting lineups are being announced as we speak. First, we've got Thoriana, Kika, Hodge, Carr, averaging 5.9 points per game for the Ramblers. Then you got Kira Shivers, the other guard. Then you got Nay Bernard, also at guard, number 22. Emma Theodorson, number 9, coming in at the 4 position. And last but not least, number 15, Satori Tannen will round out the starting lineup for Chicago Loyola. Who are you intrigued to see in this lineup today?
Well, I think the two factors are going to be Thorana, Keika Hodge-Carr. The first time that they met and she was able to get to the free throw line, Darrell, about 9 or 10 times, really set the pace of this game. And I also got to watch out for Nay Bernard from Paris. She can also be very dicey and get inside the defense of George Washington.
Now, speaking of George Washington, they're the number 12 seed in this one. They've got a couple of great young players themselves. And speaking of great young players, starting at the guard, number 1, Gabby Reynolds. Number 20, Maxine Engel. Number 23, Michaela Andrews. Number 4 at the 4 position, Sarah Lewis. And at the center, number 40, Paige Mott. Now, Lamont, Gabby Reynolds has been a nice young piece to this team coming out of Michigan. What do you want to see from George Washington today? I
think that they might have an advantage on the rebounds here. You notice if you look at the average rebounds, you got 6, 5, and 4, so that they usually hit the boards pretty heavy. And I think they're going to have to control the speed of Loyola here.
Well, we're almost here at the tip. They're doing some introductory things here. Our first game of the Atlantic 10 tournament this year. This is the first of 14 games. So we got 3 today, 4 tomorrow, 4 on Friday.
Strap up.
Yeah, strap up. We got 2 on Saturday, which will be the semifinals, and then the championship game here Sunday. Last year was a great event, Lamont, and we're getting a chance to see it all over again.
Yeah, it's just beautiful to have it here. You know, we're kind of biased. Our backyard here in Henrico Sports and Event Center, and women's basketball is just it brings a certain energy that we love here. We love covering the game. They love to bring it to us, and we're hoping that everybody enjoys it.
Well, that's the biggest thing for me. I mean, coming into this tournament, we've seen both of these teams kind of have some struggles. At one point, both teams have been on 8-game losing streaks. But the last couple of weeks, they've been trying to get things together just a little bit. We see Loyola-Chicago coming in on a 2-game winning streak, and then we saw George Washington beat Rhode Island. And it's one of those tournaments, Lamont, that anything can happen.
Absolutely.
We saw 2 lower seeds make it to the semifinals last year, 1 making it to the finals. Is there anybody that kind of intrigues you heading into this tournament that could shock people here in the Atlantic 10?
I actually do like Rhode Island a lot. You know that they got a lot of energy, led by head coach there, and they're just so dynamic, right? Last year we didn't know if it was going to be the guards that were slashing and dashing, or if it was going to be the big forwards, but. They always carry an all-around team, but it could be any one of these teams. Like you said, we always see even the lower seeds battle to the end.
And so we should be ready for a good one here from Henrico, Virginia, the Henrico Sports and Events Center. And it's such a pleasure to be back for a second year. Hoping for more. But, you know, we'll wait to see how that goes towards the end of the tournament and hoping to see more great tournament matchups here in Henrico in the future. But the 2025 edition starts now here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. The players are making their way to the floor. You can feel the energy in here. Yes, it is the first round, and a lot of these teams have been ridden off Lamont, but you never say never.
It's anybody's dance. Everybody's got a ticket, so we're about to see what happens.
Well, you can hear the bands behind us. Loyola-Chicago's band is getting it in as we speak. The Wolf has been doing backflips. It has been a really fun ride. We got George Washington, our first president, down on the very end. And the George Washington band haven't cranked it up just yet, but I feel like we're going to get a little something here.
Oh, yeah, they were ready to go. I mean, even they stopped me coming in and asked, well, where do we get set up? And it was an hour before. I was like, oh, these guys not playing around.
They are not playing around. But so, yes, I will say this, as this game is about to get started here, this George Washington team I had a chance to see take on the #1 seed in this tournament, the Richmond Spiders, a couple of weeks ago. And George Washington gave them everything they can handle. This team is kind of young, but they could be a threat here in the near future. And if you are a Revolutionaries fan, you need to be very happy with the young players that they have on this team. And, you know, they're ready to go.
Yeah, I think between Michaela Andrews, who actually had a breakout game, I believe, the last time these two teams played when they actually got the victory, and then Paige Mott also was the leading scorer. I believe she had 15 when they won that game. So, yeah, George Washington, you could tell they've gotten better, you know, as the season progressed, which would be the reason why they came out with a 12-point win over Loyola versus failing to them by 4 the first time they played.
Yeah, well, so we'll see what happens here because it's a little bit of a change. And we see Doug Novak come in and take the reins. Carolyn McCombs was the lead person here for the Revolutionaries, and as of February the 24th, Coach Novak is the head man.
Yeah, and he's brings a lot of experience. I know he was at West Point on the men's side, Mississippi State women's basketball. He led them as well. So maybe a change of pace, but whatever the case is, we might see a spark from the Revolutionaries.
Well, the tip is about to go down. We've got Mott jumping with Tannen, Ramblers, Revolutionaries, and we're underway.
Here we go.
So taking up the floor as Shivers will control it here for the Ramblers. Being guarded by Reynolds. That should be a fun matchup today.
Oh, yeah.
Hands it over to Hodge Carr, looking inside for Tannen, all lost control of it, able to get it back on the baseline there of the Ramblers. And Shivers swings it on the wing. Pulling for 3 is Bernard and knocks it down to get things started for the Ramblers.
Such a dynamic player, Bernard, and she brings so much energy to this team.
3-0 Ramblers. Great way to get started here in game 1. Reynolds at the point. Swings it over to Andrews, and now to Engel. Last time I had a chance to see Engel play, unfortunately she didn't play. She twisted her ankle at the beginning of the game before it got started in the starting lineups.
Yeah, she's back and ready now as she pulls it.
And the 3 rolls off the right side, a little bit of scramble. We see 2 Ramblers go rambling across the floor, and now up the floor they go. Shivers has it at the top, being guarded by Andrews. 8 minutes and 58 seconds left here in this first quarter. Carr over to Bernard. Back to Hodge. Carr drives inside. Little up and under move on Mott, and there's some contact.
Yeah, I like that move from Keika Hodge Carr. Just like we talked about for the last time that they got the win in the first meeting, she can get into the paint here.
Well, this young lady is ready for action here. She got a chance to extend the early lead to 5 if she can knock down these two. And she misses the first.
Yeah, I think that penetration is going to be very big for them. As you can see, you know, they're pretty small on the guard side, even though that was a nice knockdown shot at the beginning by Bernard there.
Well, she gets 1 and goes 1 for 2 on the free throw attempts as Reynolds will swing it over to Andrews as she brings it up the floor. A little press action going on here by the Ramblers.
Oh, yeah. They're going to play that in-your-face defense here.
Looking inside the Mott.
Oh,
and
she almost throws it away.
Yeah, ball loose there. Reynolds able to retrieve it. Over to Andrews. Andrews driving into the paint. Near the A-10 logo at the free throw line. Knocked away by Bernard.
Bernard is playing stone-cold defense here.
That's a tough shot. And the N1 opportunity will come up for Sarah Lewis.
Nice take there inside on the smaller Bernard.
Was a good move there by Lewis, the freshman forward from Atlanta, Georgia, 6'1", averaging 7.1 points per game on the season. We'll head to the free throw line.
Loyola's pumped up behind us.
And the 75% free throw shooter knocks it down to make this a 4-3 game.
Oh, yeah. Much needed bucket there.
So with control here, Andrews guarding Shivers at the top of the key. Loyola-Chicago, the first 2 times these 2 teams played, they split. And we had a chance to see Loyola get a win in the first contest, 67-63. Lost the second one, 53-41.
Oh, good defense by George Washington. They had to launch a 3, and no good for Loyola.
But now here come the Revolutionaries on the move, and Lewis off the glass, and it's a charging foul.
Oh, yeah, she was coming in there with reckless abandon there.
Full speed, full speed.
But that's what they're going to have to do. I mean, like I said, George Washington's going to have to use their size. They know that they have that advantage, so they're going to be looking to exploit it.
You know, this George Washington team, as a school, 7 Atlantic 10 championships under their belt. So as a school, they know how to win Atlantic 10 championships.
Absolutely.
Bernard trying to work the baseline against Andrews, and there's a little contact there. Oh, they're going to say that Bernard actually touched out of bounds there.
Oh, yeah, both teams playing some stingy defense here.
It's a good way to get started. It's the way you want this tournament to get going. And there's 13 more of these.
Loyola pressuring the ball here on defense.
Andrews at the top over to Engel. Excuse me, Engel. So Engel looking inside to Andrews. Andrews trying to work here. And a late foul there.
Yeah.
Theodorson tried to come in, a little help defense, but a little too much contact.
Yeah, a little too aggressive there. They had her trapped. Looks like she was flustered for a minute, but they're going to send Andrews to the line here.
You know, this Ramblers team has been in the A-10 for a short period of time, and they're still trying to make their impact. And I know Coach Guth has really tried to bring this program where it needs to be, Lamont.
Yeah, they brought a lot of energy here last year, and it looks like they're on a repeat performance here. They're really serious about the A-10 and they're making a splash.
Andrews will miss the second.
The grad student from New Jersey. I know somebody in our network will love that.
Just a little bit, just a little bit. Lewis.
What a pass.
Inside to Mott for 2. And the Revolutionaries take the lead for the first time.
It's a nice pass by Andrews looking inside to find Mott right open under the basket.
Shivers dribbles over to the wing, being guarded by Engel. Back to Bernard. Bernard at the top. Back to Shivers for 3. That one hits off the glass on the left side. Rebound by Andrews.
Here come the Revolutionaries. A couple good defensive stops. We'll see if they can take advantage on the offensive side now as they lead by 2.
Lewis driving on the left side of the paint, trying to work something. And Lewis with a great start here for GW.
Yeah, Sarah Lewis has come to play. She may be a freshman, but she's looking like she's focused here, Darrell.
Yeah, she's really got things going so far for this team. And they've got an 8-4 lead as they come in as a 12 seed. Hodge Carr working against Reynolds. Tannen trying to get inside. Little spin move with the right hand. It's a little short. Great defense by Mott.
Yep, nice pivot move inside. She just couldn't get it to go, Tannen.
8-4, 5 minutes and 49 seconds left here in this first. And we got an 8-4 lead. And it looks like we may have a foul away from the ball. We got some substitutions coming in. And we'll see Roisin Granberry come into the game for the Ramblers. Also, Rosalie Marcel also coming in the game for the Ramblers.
Yeah, she's going to replace Sarah Lewis, who put in some really good minutes, like you just said. Angle for three. It's in and out. Rebounded by Tannen here for Loyola.
Still a 4-point game. We'll see Shivers trying to get things rolling here as she presses up the court, up to Hodge Carr, who goes around off the glass, and a rebound by Mott.
Big rebound by Mott.
Mott's controlling the paint early, Lamont.
Yeah, but
they better hurry up.
Kaika Hodge Carr was all over her.
Yeah, Reynolds able to get up the floor, was getting a little close there. Mott was in some trouble after the rebound.
Oh, yeah.
Now Andrews working against Tannen. Step back from the elbow, excuse me. Tannen with the rebound.
Right. Interesting here. We got Hodge Carr was guarding not Andrews, but was guarding Mott down low. Got a size advantage, but they didn't go to her.
No, not at all. And very interesting move.
Oh, off the back of the rim there.
And Marcel's three, no good, but it will stay with the Ramblers. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head to our media timeout. So here early in the first with the score, the Revolutionaries 8 and the Ramblers 4. Dream Clean LLC with De'Ara Jones. They do commercial, residential, move-in/move out, post-construction, and organizational services. You can reach us at 804-933-5314. And remember, you can get a Dream Clean with the Dream Team. Dream Clean LLC. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. Or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Quality Exterior Services, LLC. Our services, lawn maintenance, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, flower bed maintenance, yard cleanup, and much more. We are licensed and insured commercially and residential. About us, services also include basic gardening tasks such as planting perennials, annuals, shrubs, and trees, lawn and garden maintenance services such as mowing, trimming, and pruning. We service the areas of Amelia, Blackstone, Chesterfield, Farmville, and all of the surrounding counties. So you can reach us at 804-591-6027. And remember, at Quality Exterior Services, LLC, your yard is our priority. And while you're surfing the web, why don't you head on over to the LegacyMaker Sports Network's social media pages and website. You can reach our website at www.legacymakersports.com. You can reach us on our Facebook page at LegacyMaker Sports Network, on Twitter at LegacyMakerSPN. We also know that is X. And on Instagram at LegacyMaker Sports, YouTube at LegacyMaker Sports, LinkedIn at LegacyMaker Sports Network, and on TikTok at LegacyMaker Sports. So go out there, give us a like and a subscribe, and follow us on our social media pages. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here. First quarter action. The Ramblers are down by 4 to the Revolutionaries.
Uh-oh. Three is no good.
Just a little bit short off the front, and a rebound by Andrews. And the Revolutionaries bringing up the floor. Reynolds working against Shivers. The size advantage, the 6'1" guard puts it in for 2.
All right, George Washington is now on a 10-0 run here, Darrell.
A very impressive start here for the Revolutionaries, and I like what I've seen so far.
Oh, the three is off the mark again by Theodorson.
Oh, and Hodge Carr with the floater at the elbow. And this is a 10-6 game.
And now she's got the only 2 field goals here for Loyola so far. They need some better looks at the basket.
It's 10-6. Working for the 3. That one rattles out. And rebound by Marcel.
All right, Loyola's pushing it back up the floor. Marcel, oh, Euro step, but no good with the left hand.
And there's a rebound there by Diallo. Andrews at the top, between the legs, another step back, decides to look inside the Diallo, but she is harassed immediately. 3 Ramblers in on that one. Granberry, along with Theodorson, also just kind of swooping in.
Scrambling Ramblers.
Scrambling Rambling. So we got some substitution. Looks like Lewis is back in for George Washington. And we also see Jess Finney come in for Loyola-Chicago.
Yeah, they're mixing it up a bit. See if they can climb back in this one as they're down 10-6 with 3:26 left in the first. Reynolds.
10-6, 3 minutes, 22 seconds.
Andrews.
Here's a 3 from Lewis. And that one took a couple of bounces off. Rebound by Theodorson.
Yeah, she tried to bring that hot streak back off the bench, and it was no good.
Straight to the basket by Theodorson. And a lot of contact, and Lewis is not happy. He's trying to get her teammates together. Looked like there might have been a defensive miscommunication there for the Revolutionaries.
Yeah, they let Theodorson come down and go straight to the rack there, which is not what you want if you're George Washington. They've been playing such good defense, and you know Loyola's going to attack them as they couldn't get much to fall so far.
So Theodorson will head to the line, the 6'1" junior at the free throw line. Here for the Ramblers.
She couldn't get the first to go. Oh, she misses the second too.
And but a rebound there by Marcel. Finney over to Theodorson. Back to Shivers. Now Shivers trying to redirect traffic here at the top of the key, trying to call out some plays here for the Ramblers.
Oh yeah.
Little crossover move. Swings it for 3. Oh, it's a 3-second violation.
I don't know if I like that one, but he did get a camper for a little bit down there. Couldn't see who it was, but
yeah, I don't know if they camped long enough though.
Yeah, I think it was Granberry, but for a second they had nobody in the paint, Darrell, until Shivers redirected traffic, as you were talking about.
Exactly, and then she was over there like on the, in the block for a second, but okay, we'll see. So George Washington has the ball. Watch out for number 12, Sims here.
Oh.
She had a phenomenal game against Richmond. She went off. She got, I can't remember my words were, but she caught fire in that one, hit 4 threes at one point heading into the end of the, until halftime. So she can hit from downtown, and she comes in for the Revolutionaries.
Kayla Andrews is going to go back to the line here off of that tough drive.
And so in Andrews making her second appearance to the line. She's 1 for 2 so far.
Satori Tannen at the line right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Satori Tannen comes back into the game for Loyola as Andrews misses the first.
Free throws have been a little bit of a struggle so far.
I think on both sides.
Both teams right now struggling from the free throw line. The Loyola-Chicago is 1 for 4. And George Washington 3 for 5, but still too many misses for the free ones.
Oh, yeah.
Shivers at the top to Marcel. Over to Theodorson, who knocks down the jumper from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Marcel is not afraid to pull it. We saw her take a couple threes that looked like they were close and couldn't go down, but she's not going to stop pulling that trigger.
And it's an 11-8 contest. George Washington up by 3. Mott has it at the elbow. Thought about it. Sims for 3.
Oh,
and it shoots just a little bit over the rim for the air ball.
Yeah, she's trying to get it going. You said she can light it up, so she's trying to get comfortable here. Oh, nice pull there. Oh, by Reynolds.
Gabby Reynolds.
Oh.
Yeah, she is going to be a problem
Jason
in the A10.
Tatum-like step back and off-balance jumper.
She's going to be a problem in the A10 for years to come. Marcel, a lot of contact there with Sims, but nothing. They kick it out to Theodorson, who's 3 rattles out, and Sims with the rebound.
George Washington definitely getting those rebounds right now.
13-8. Minute and 15 seconds left. Sims gets brought, has to kick the ball out because Tannen and Theodorson had got right in her face. Now Andrews driving to the basket. Oh, nice move by Michaela Andrews.
These guards and their footwork for George Washington are so dangerous. Just a little bit of space allows Andrews to knock down the jumper there.
Yeah, you can tell that that step back is her go-to. She was able to get just enough space to knock down that mid-range jumper from the middle of the paint. Shivers at the top. Marcel for 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound by Callisto.
She brings it up the floor now. Nice dynamic squad that George Washington has, and very versatile right now.
25 seconds, 22 seconds left here in this first quarter as Andrews looking to try to save for the last shot, but there's 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Andrews will kick out to Reynolds. Reynolds for the deep 3, and that one bounces off the back of the rim. Theodorson with the rebound, gives it over to Finney with a couple seconds, 2 seconds, and the 3 by Marcel off the right side of the rim. And that will send us to the end of the first with the score. George Washington 15 and Loyola-Chicago 8. Lamont, so far, a little bit of a fast-paced game. We've seen some struggles here from Loyola-Chicago. They haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and the Revolutionaries have taken advantage.
Yeah, so they're using their size. They're playing that defense, and you see that Loyola's 2 for 12 for field goals right now. Right, so they need to find some better looks at the basket, whether it's cutters to the basket or whether they get some more open looks. They're going to need some better looks at it. They got called for 3 seconds one time, but they're definitely going to have to probably assert themselves inside as well.
Yeah, and then a great impressiveness, but great job so far by Paige Mott in the paint. She's done a really good job of establishing herself down there defensively, and you can tell that that's been a little bit of a struggle so far for the Ramblers. Every time somebody goes to the basket, Mott is there to cause chaos. So it's a great job by Mott so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Sims also, when she came in, she had a pretty good presence underneath, and they're trying to limit them to one chance down at the offensive end. And so far, George Washington is looking impressive on defense.
Well, so far in this one scores, we got Gabby Reynolds. She's got 4 points, along with Michaela Andrews, also 4 points on the day. Sarah Lewis, who got off to a really good start here for the Revolutionaries. She's got 5 points, 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 1 from the free throw line on today. Mott, 2 points, 3 rebounds so far for the Revolutionaries. For Loyola-Chicago, Theodorson, even though we've called her name a lot, she's only got 2 points so far for the Ramblers. And then Hodge Carr with 3 and Bernard also with 3. So right now, 7-point lead for George Washington here as we are at the Henrico Sports and Event Center in Henrico, Virginia. We'll be back in just a second. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Second quarter is underway here from the Henrico Sports and Events Center in Henrico, Virginia, the Atlantic 10 Women's Tournament, the 2025 edition. We got George Washington versus Loyola-Chicago. The Revolutionaries have the early lead, 15-8.
No good from Finney on the jumper as it goes out of bounds. And so far, a lot of outside shooting from Loyola. They're going to either have to knock it down or get some better looks here, as they're down by 7 at the start of the second.
It's going to be very critical for the Ramblers to try to get things going offensively. They've had opportunities, had decent shots. They just haven't fallen. But then again, the George Washington defense has done a really good job against the Ramblers.
Absolutely. Revolutionaries now.
Up inside the Mott. Elisa's three will hit off the back of the rim and a rebound by Theodorson.
Now Bernard's back in the game. Let's see if she can control this pace here for the Ramblers.
Theodorson will give it over to Bernard. Bernard's got 3 points on the day. Back to Theodorson, inside to Tannen, who has yet to score. Bernard three off the front of the rim and a rebound by Hendricks.
Oh, no, you're right, Finney. I mean, Hendricks. Oh, they couldn't get it to go, though. Looks like George Washington took it from him.
So Kendall Hendricks, the freshman, 5'10", now in the game here for Loyola-Chicago.
It's a nice offensive rebound.
So Hendricks played in 25 games this year. No starts, so she's been very valuable off the bench for the Ramblers. 15-8, 8 minutes, 36 seconds. Kalista looking inside to Sims, try to force that shot in, rebound by Mott. And we'll see an and one opportunity come up here for Mott. Great job.
Strong take, strong rebound, strong take, big play.
So Paige Mott will head to the free throw line. Mott, who's having herself a solid game so far. 2 for 2 from the field, shooting her first free throw opportunity. She's a 69.2 free throw shooter on the year, and she misses that one.
Still struggling, but that was a big play for her to put that in to give them a 9-point lead.
And George Washington could be one of those teams that just give people problems in this tournament. And we got a traveling violation there on Kendall Hendricks.
Yeah, Loyola still has some woes here as Coach Guth is trying to rally her team here to stay in this game.
And, you know, both teams, we talked about both teams coming into this tournament with wins, you know, after having some tough losing streaks during the season. But both are trying to continue their winning ways here in this tournament as Reynolds at the top of the key, being guarded by Bernard. Swings it over to Sims here on the wing, being guarded by Theodorson. Back to Reynolds inside to Andrews, and she's going to get fouled by Tannen. It's a great pass.
Yeah, George Washington is getting what they want, right? Attacking the basket. You saw Mott on the last drive come down with the rebound, and that was a nice cut to the basket by Andrews there.
And so we'll see Andrews head to the free throw line, 17-8 here as the Revolutionaries look to make this double digits, and Andrew cannot get that one to fall. She's now 2 for 5 from the free throw line.
Oh, yeah. And those count. What do you think about Paige Mott? Her dominance here.
She has been very impressive, and this is what they needed. I mean, the grad student has come in, done some really good things for George Washington so far. I mean, and that's what you want. You want a veteran that can kind of come in with a younger team and do some good things. She played at Northwestern, so she knows some really tough competition out there in the Big Ten.
She was the leading scorer the last time that they played and they won this game. She had 16.
Smart move by GW going back to her. Tannen will miss that one. That's a little short.
That's
Tannen.
the look you want. If you want Loyola-Chicago, that's probably one of the best looks they got all game, and Tannen knows that she needs to get that to fall.
And she's a player that if she can get going, she could be really nice for the Ramblers, but struggles so far. Good job by Bernard coming behind Mott to try to knock it away, but the Revolutionaries keep control. Kalista off the glass with the floater.
That was a tough one, too. She came in going left and used her right hand to knock that one off the glass.
So 20-8, 6 minutes and 55 seconds left. Hodge Carr over to Shivers. Shivers will kick it to Bernard. It's on the wing. Uses the pick from Shivers, and there's some contact. She's going to get to shoot 3.
Yeah, Sims did not like that call. She gave her a little bump and didn't give her enough room to land, and I think they're gonna give her 3 shots here.
And so we'll see. Bernard head to the free throw line.
This is a 20-8 game right now. Loyola found themselves down by 12 with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the second quarter.
So Bernard will knock down that first free throw here for the Ramblers. And Bernard, who is a grad.
She misses the second, in and out.
Student herself, came from Duquesne.
That's right. That's right. And if they're going to come back in this game, Darrell, I believe she's going to have to be a catalyst to the pace, both offensively and defensively for the Ramblers.
And she's able to knock that one down. 20-10, goes 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Kalista looks, angle for 3. That one won't go. And it's tipped there by Hodge Carr. It will stay with the Revolutionaries.
All right, now if you're the Ramblers here, I'm pretty sure Goops is trying to tell them, hey, if we're going to get back in it, these defensive stops matter.
They truly do. And right now, it's only a 10-point game, and we know that in basketball, 10 points, especially with as much time as left, that you can come back from
Be
that.
a blink of an eye.
Engel will pump it back out to the top. Kalista over to Reynolds, back to Engel. And it's tipped away by Tannen.
Loyola has turned it up on defense, Darrell. Tip passes, hands in the passing lane, doubles. They're all over the place right now.
So the Rambler defense has stepped up here, giving the Revolutionaries some problems. Kalista for 3. That one won't go, and a rebound. Oh, Diallo had a shot at it. And then Engel had an opportunity. She misses. Now Tannen with the rebound. Hodge Carr driving inside amongst a lot of traffic and no foul. It's a lot of contact.
Oh, yeah, she didn't get the call
Kalista.
there. Oh,
And that one is called the charging foul. Good job by Hodge Carr getting down there, trying to set her feet. And Kalista was full speed to the basket.
These guards for Loyola are tough. If you see Hodge Carr standing there, you see Bernard on the double team. She comes looking for that ball to take it and go the other way.
And you gotta love Kalista, just reckless abandon going to the basket there for George Washington. Tannen in trouble there. Good job there by Diallo. Bernard tried to go inside, thought better of it, decided to pump back
Saw
out.
those tree limbs down there. Oh, in and out.
Theodore's been trying to get the three-point shot to go, and it has not gone well for her so far. It's a 20-10 lead here with 5 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the first half.
She's 0 for 3 from three-point line, but 2 of them look good. Oh, there's a steal by Hodge Carr.
There she goes. She's got numbers. Got Theodore right behind her. Kicks it out. Tannen for 3. That won't go, and a rebound by Callisto.
Yeah, she rushed that one. She was a little more open than they have been previously.
20-10, 10-point game. Andrews has possession of the basketball here for George Washington. GW with a 10-point lead under 5 minutes. Reynolds at the top. Swings it to Engel, looking for Diallo. And the ball is taken away by Hodge Carr.
That's 2 steals in a row. Let's see if they can do something with it on offense.
Tannen to Bernard. Bernard 3. Knocks it down, and you said it. You said Bernard had to step up. She knocks the 3 down.
She set the pace with them with the very first three-pointer of the game, and now she's making it a 7-point game here again, Darrell.
Anybody's ball game. Still early in this bad boy as George Washington has possession. Andrews Over to Reynolds, back to Reynolds. Reynolds looking inside to Andrews. She's at the elbow, battling with Tannen. Kicks back out to the top of the key to Reynolds. Over to Andrews again. Now she goes inside with the left, and it rolls off the left side. And a rebound by Tannen.
That was beautiful ball movement by George Washington. It was all over the place. They just couldn't get it to fall with Andrews under the basket.
Bernard pump fakes. Being guarded by Reynolds. Shivers at the top, calling out some direction, trying to get everything in order. Last time she tried to do that, got a 3-second call, so we got to watch out.
And Guth is behind them going, she was going in for a second, trying to get them where they need to be. Hodge Carr is fouled, battling for position down low.
And that was an interesting one because it was a little bit of a mismatch. You know, Hodge Carr doesn't mind battling with the trees down there. She went down there.
That's how they won the first time, Darrell, when they won by 4, is because she slashed the paint and got 9 or 10 free throws in that game.
And that's just how you have to do it. So great job so far in this one. George Washington 20, Loyola-Chicago 13. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the first half. We'll be back with more on the LegacyMaker Sports Network.
Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 Five Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional.
We're back from our break here, ladies and gentlemen, with the score 20-13. Media timeout is over, and Loyola-Chicago has the basketball here in the second. Time starting to dwindle, but only down by 13. George Washington, in my opinion, could have maybe put a hole in this game, but the Ramblers have stayed intact.
Yeah, defense is keeping them in it, Darrell. They've turned George Washington over 3 times in about the last 3 or 4 minutes here. So now they just got to find some buckets to climb back close.
Yeah, and then you see George Washington right now 0 for 4. And that's in this current run, and that's a little bit tough. They haven't scored in 3 minutes, and that's really tough. Good job by the Ramblers defensively, though.
Yeah.
Bernard for 3.
Shot clock violation.
She tried. She had to get it up as soon as she could. And that one hit off the glass as the Revolutionaries take control. Andrews bringing it up the floor as Shivers meets her before we even get to half court. And then Reynolds back to Andrews. Angle over to Mott, but it's knocked away, and it's Hodge Carr.
I think that's the third steal of the game.
Shivers driving inside. Thought about it, kicks it over to Hodge Carr. The three off the back of the rim. Rebound by Shivers. Shivers, the shortest one on the floor, gets the rebound.
Nothing but effort.
Bernard for three. That one hit off the right side. Rebound by Angle. Right now, still a 20-13 game. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in this first half. Reynolds near the A10 logo will swing it over to Sims. As they working a little something out here, Reynolds. And it's knocked away by Hodge Carr all the way to the basket. Oh, and she blew the layup. Oh, and Hodge Carr, you can see she's disappointed. Andrews, she a little struggle for Hodge Carr to get up. The three by Reynolds, and she makes her pay. A big opportunity. And Hodge Carr looks to be hurt. She's able to walk on her own, though, Lamont.
That's so unfortunate, Darrell. You saw that she's been the driving force of this defense right now. And upon the miss, looks like she might have tweaked that ankle. She misses the wide open layup, and big swing for Reynolds to hit a three on the other end.
Yeah, so they're checking on her, but Reynolds didn't waste no time knocking that three down, and it's a 10-point game, 23-13, 2 minutes left. The 2-minute warning here. Look at that pass by Theodorsson inside. What a great play.
That was a beautiful pass. She knew exactly where she was going to be.
That was Alexa Kinnis. And it's 23-15. Andrews looks inside. Mott with the left off the glass and right back to a 10-point game.
Yeah, we're seeing the execution on both sides now down the stretch.
10 points, 25-15. Minute 31 left. Shivers over to Theodorsson. And a new Rambler in the game, Audrey Deptula. Now in for the Ramblers. Shivers driving, will kick it. Deptula knocks it down. So nice way to start as Deptula knocks down the three, and it's a 7-point game
Came
again.
off the bench, locked and loaded, Darrell, and let it roll.
She couldn't wait. So that Deptula three makes it a 25-18 game with less than a minute. Sims and the Revolutionaries over the angle back to Sims. She thought about the three, but great job there by the Ramblers defense getting on her until Reynolds three, and that one misses. But she gets her own rebound. She can't get that one to go.
Man.
Got the rebound on the baseline and could not bring it in.
Two tough misses here, and here come the Ramblers.
Shivers over to Kennis. Theodore from the wing driving inside, but Reynolds and Andrews are there, and we've got a traveling violation.
Oh, man. That was a big chance for Loyola. As they're down 7, they had a chance to cut it to 5 or 4 even, and they turn it over.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of those situations, and with 20 seconds left, George Washington has a chance to take the last shot. The shot clock is done for. Reynolds working against Kennis. Sims looking inside the Mott. Granberry tried to do something, but a great move by Andrews. That was a great cut.
And Mott found her perfectly.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we head to the half. The George Washington Revolutionaries are up 27-18 over the Ramblers here in the first game of the 2025 Atlantic 10 tournament. Lamont, we saw a lot in that first half. Your thoughts on what we saw in the first half from both teams?
Yeah, just as I expected, Loyola wanted to try to push the pace, but the offense didn't come with it. So it looks like George Washington asserted their dominance there at the very beginning, but you know, they got sloppy with the ball in the second quarter. It gave Loyola a chance, but they still couldn't get shots to fall. We'll see if Hodge Carr and that ankle can go in the second half, because they're definitely going to need her.
Yeah, she's going to be very critical for this team in the second half. She's made a lot of hustle plays for the Ramblers, and losing her is something that you really just don't want to happen. And so right now, both teams still I wouldn't say it's a feeling out process, but it still kind of feels that way, just the way the flow of the game is gone. But we'll see how it goes. George Washington up 27-18. Right now, leading scorers for George Washington. Gabby Reynolds, the freshman, has 7 points. She's 3 for 7 from the floor, 1 for 4 from three-point line. And then we got Callisto with 2. Malika Andrews has 7 points. She's 2 for 4. She's been to the free throw line 6 times, or not 6 times, but she's got 6 attempts from the free throw line, 3 for 6 on the day, 2 for 4 from the field. She's got 5 rebounds and 2 assists, so a solid outing so far by Andrews. Mott, 6 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Missed that and 1 opportunity. She's got 5 rebounds herself. Then Sarah Lewis, who kind of got quiet on us because she got out to a great start. She had the early 5 points, and she's kind of gone quiet. 2 for 3 on the day with 1 rebound, but she does have 2 personal fouls, so that could be factoring in. For Loyola-Chicago, leading the way is Miss Nae Bernard, the Duquesne transfer. She's got 8 points, and then Hodge Carr with 3, Deptula with 3, Theodorson with 2, and Kenneth has 2 as well. And it's really weird because, like, look, in Lamonte, it feels like Theodorson should have more points. We've called her name a lot today. She's 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 4 from the three-point line. She's been trying to get it going. It just hasn't happened.
Yeah, they haven't been able to knock down the shots, and George Washington, I'm sure is gonna be on the lookout for them to hit some more shots in the second half. So they got to be ready to counter. But I really like what George Washington has done on offense. The Revolutionaries, between Gabby Reynolds and Mott, they're so efficient, right? Like, we haven't called Reynolds' name a lot, but if you think about it, she's 3 for 7 for the field. She picks her shots. She's so poised. She's so poised with the ball in her hands, and I just think that, if they continue to play their game, the Revolutionaries could be moving on, Darrell.
Yeah, it's been great so far. But if you're Loyola-Chicago, you got to fix it. 22% shooting. That is killing you right now. George Washington shooting 42% on the day from the field. So we'll be back here, ladies and gentlemen, in just a little while. It's halftime. We got 12 minutes, so we'll be back right before to talk a little bit more about the second half. I'm Darrell Owens with Lamont Thomas. This has been the LegacyMaker Sports Network. We'll be back in a little while.
Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 Five Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7, is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Kulture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Kulture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Kulture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Dream Clean LLC with Darrell Jones. They do commercial, residential, move-in/move out, post-construction, and organizational services. You can reach us at 804-933-5314. And remember, you can get a dream clean with the Dream Team. Dream Clean LLC. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Quality Exterior Services, LLC. Our services: lawn maintenance, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, flower bed maintenance, yard cleanup, and much more. We are licensed and insured commercially and residential. About us, services also include basic gardening tasks such as planting perennials, annuals, shrubs, and trees, lawn and garden maintenance services such as mowing, trimming, and pruning. We service the areas of Amelia, Blackstone, Chesterfield, Farmville, and all of the surrounding counties. So you can reach us at 804-591-6027. And remember, at Quality Exterior Services, LLC, your yard is our priority. And while you're surfing the web, why don't you head on over to the LegacyMaker Sports Network's social media pages and website. You can reach our website at www.legacymakersports.com. You can reach us on our Facebook page at LegacyMaker Sports Network, on Twitter at LegacyMakerSPN. We also know that is X. And on Instagram at LegacyMaker Sports, YouTube at LegacyMaker Sports, LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network, and on TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. So go out there, give us a like and a subscribe, and follow us on our social media pages.
Well, everyone, we are here. Halftime of this first round matchup between the George Washington Revolutionaries and the Loyola-Chicago Ramblers. We don't have a lot of time, but real quick, Lamont, what do you expect in the second half?
I expect George Washington to try to get back on their pace here. Darrell, control the boards, use their size, still move the ball the way they have to see if they can take more of a commanding lead. And on the Loyola side, I believe they need to try to get some easy looks at the basket, whether they're hustle plays or, cuts to the basket or even the free throw line.
Yeah, 22% right now for Loyola, and that's got to change. They've had opportunities. They're only down by 9. They have an opportunity to still win this thing, but it should be a fun one as we try to figure out who will move on to take on the winner of the Duquesne and the Fordham matchup. So that is what is in the balance today. We'll be back as we get ready for the second half. Thank you all for tuning in. So we are back as we are ready for the third quarter of action. And once again, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. 27-18, George Washington ahead of Loyola-Chicago. We have switched sides, and George Washington has the ball first.
Yeah, Gabby Reynolds and Michaela Andrews just had this exchange just now like, oh, we're ready. So we'll see what happens.
And you can hear the Chicago Loyola band just really giving people the business right behind us.
Angle misses the 3 for George Washington.
Shivers will bring it up the floor here for the Ramblers. Crossover move, nice job there, but then she runs into a couple of Revolutionaries. Tannen lost the ball. Shivers gets it back on the baseline, inside to Tannen. Tannen, who's struggled all day to try to establish herself inside.
Mott with the swat.
Mott with the swat. I like that one. Mott's not playing around.
No, it was a good defensive presence down low.
27-18 as the Ramblers take it out of bounds. Driving inside is Bernard. She dishes it to Tannen with the free throw line jumper. No good. Rebound by Andrews.
That's a great pass by Bernard inside, but Tannen couldn't get it to go.
And Lewis looking inside to Mott. Mott kicks it out to Reynolds for 3. That one hits off the right side. Mott almost had another rebound, but she lost it. And look who's back in the game. It's Hodge Carr.
Gotta be Hodge Carr. The cake is back.
Tannen has really tried to get herself established down low, but the George Washington defense will not let it happen.
Yeah, Andrews is back up top now.
Still 27-18, 8 minutes and 35 seconds left. 16 seconds on the shot clock here in the third quarter. George Washington up by 9. Mott over to Reynolds on the wing. Gives it down low to Andrews on the block. Oh, nice effort there, but it's blocked by Bernard.
She got a hand in there. Feisty defense.
Can the Ramblers get the points that they need? And Theodorson knocks it down from the A10 logo.
She looks like she's been waiting for that look her whole life.
She did. she was having some struggles. Like, she's been trying to get the three-point shot going, but she knocks down that, and now she's got 4.
27-20 now. Loyola only down 7. And this game dominated by the Revolutionaries of George Washington.
Andrews took a step and then kicked it out to Angle. Angle swings it to Lewis. Lewis, who's been relatively quiet. Ooh, she went with the Harden, the James Harden Euro step. Now Reynolds driving inside, a lot of contact, and that one is going to be on Tannen.
Beautiful Euro move by Sarah Lewis. She couldn't get it to fall. But luckily, Mott came up with that offensive rebound.
We both looked in shock as it was happening. It was like, oh.
She looked like she went to Italy with that thing.
So here we go, 27-20, 7:39 left here in the third as Gabby Reynolds heads to the free throw line, and she misses the first.
I'm very impressed with Gabby Reynolds' game this year and today, Darrell. She's a freshman, but she's ranked the 2nd guard in Michigan coming into this collegiate career.
Missing both free throws there by Reynolds, and that puts George Washington 4 for 10 from free throw line, but Andrews says, I'll get the 3 points right back.
John Cena celebration there.
Oh, he's healed right now. Oh, man, John Cena's like a cuss word out there right now.
Tough.
People are like, whoa, wait a minute. You can't see me.
Oh, poor Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Cody Rhodes took a beating, y'all. It was for those wrestling fans out there, poor Cody Rhodes took a beating, but Andrews says, you can't see me, and she knocks down the 3. It's a 30-20 game. George Washington up.
Yeah, that's 10 points now for Andrews.
So Andrews having herself a really nice day. 10 points, 3 for 6.
Bernard for 2. Misses that free throw line extended. And rebound, guess who?
Andrews. And she's on the move up the floor. Working against Bernard.
Ooh.
Spin move off
Tough.
the glass. Malika Andrews. So Malika Andrews is starting to help the Revolutionaries pull away just a smidgen.
Having herself a day. 12.7 rebounds right now.
Shivers at the top. Looking for Bernard on the wing. Back to Shivers. Shivers inside. What a
crossover.
Off the glass. And an and one opportunity for Shivers. That was nice.
Oh, man. That came out of the desperation of her soul.
Amongst the traffic.
That crossover was wicked on poor Gabby Reynolds there.
It was tough.
And she got it to go.
Secure Shivers, all 5'3". Shortest young lady on the court, not playing around. As she'll head to the free throw line for the and one opportunity and a chance to make it a 9-point game. It's 32-22. Make it 23.
It's a big play for Loyola.
They needed that momentum. They definitely needed momentum. Andrews over to Reynolds.
A little press there by Loyola, the same one that they presented in the first half at the beginning of the game.
Reynolds will swing it to Andrews. Andrews over to Lewis. Lewis back to Reynolds, who goes along the baseline. Tried to get it to Mott, but it's taken away.
By Deptula.
Deptula. Shivers inside against Lewis. Dishes it off to her teammate. Couldn't see who that was for a minute. That was Brooklyn Vaughn, who's making her first appearance in the game. She's trying to work against Mott. Look, maybe another situation there, trying to find somebody to body her. Hodge Carr tried to throw the ball with one hand up, hits off the glass, rebound by George Washington. Now Andrews will slow it down a little bit here with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the third. Got 18 seconds on that shot clock. Andrews almost lost it, able to get it to Lewis, and we've got a foul.
Yeah, Coach Novak over there.
He saw the same thing I said.
He was trying not to turn over that ball. He got really, really energetic for a minute there, Darrell.
If Coach Novak could have got on the court and taken the ball himself, he would have done it on that
Definitely.
one. So GW taking it out. Andrews will give it over to Mott. Back to Andrews, who'll take it to the top of the key, being guarded by Bernard. 5 minutes, 32 seconds left. Mott will kick it out to Andrews. Andrews over to Sims. Sims, who's been relatively quiet, swings it over to Lewis, who drives inside. A lot of contact and a charging foul. That is another charging foul that the Ramblers have been able to get.
And I think that's 2 charges on Sarah Lewis, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's going to be, she's got quite a few personal fouls at it, I believe.
3?
I think that's her third.
That is.
So 32-23, they got to be careful with Lewis. Bernard trying to work the baseline, in a little trouble. Deptula kicks it out. Shivers thought about the 3, then drives inside. Kicks it to Deptula for 3. Off the back of the rim, rebound Mott. Mott's got 7 rebounds now on the day.
Yeah, her and Andrews have come up big. 15 combined.
Sims. Over to Andrews at the top of the key. Back to Sims on the wing. Being guarded by Hodge Carr. Inside. What a nice give and go pass. It does not go. That was a great effort there by Mott trying to get it to Sims, but it rolls off the front of the rim.
And Mott is so nice at finding those cutters to the basket. She did the same move earlier and found Andrews.
It was a really nice move. And now the Ramblers have a chance to get a little bit closer. Hodge Carr pump fakes amongst the trees and gets it in for 2.
Nice grit there. That ends that 2-minute scoring drought by both teams, really.
It's been rough offensively, Lamont. Both teams, like you said, just for whatever reason cannot get it going here in this third period. Only 12 points so far in the third. And both teams are shooting well into the 30s.
Engel misses the 3. And here comes Hodge Carr for Loyola.
Hodge Carr stops in place, will swing it to Bernard, back to Hodge Carr along the baseline. She tried to go with the right.
Very smart by getting Lewis her 4th foul in this game.
That's going to be critical.
And I think Keika knew what she was doing by being aggressive there, going to the basket.
So, Lamont, before we head to this media timeout, 32-25, and the Ramblers are not out of this thing. They're still in the mix, but neither team can kind of get out of each other's way.
Scrambler Ramblers, they're still in it. They're fighting, and I know George Washington is probably telling themselves that all they have to do is take care of themselves, and they take care of this game, but they got to take care of the ball, and they got to continue not to make some crazy mistakes here.
Yeah, if they can figure that out, they will be just fine. We'll be back here in just a second. Media timeout. George Washington 32, Chicago Loyola 25. Third quarter, 3 minutes and 46 seconds left.
Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads is having their Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, Saturday, May the 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Tom Scott Park in Amelia, Virginia. That's 16441 5 Forks Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. This will be a day filled with free family fun, bouncy houses, face painting, popcorn, and games, plus resources for parents and much, much more. Food vendors will also be available, and the first 150 guests will receive a free meal. So make sure you come out and support the Children's Mental Health Awareness Day from Crossroads Community Services Board. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988.
All right, we are back from the media timeout. 32-25. GW over Luke. That's right. That's the Loyola University of Chicago. You can hear the band back here talking about Go LUC. And they've been out here getting it in the whole time. And maybe we just haven't heard the George Washington band because we're on the opposite side. I know they're making noise down there because I can hear them screaming.
They are, but Loyola, their energy it might be unmatched.
Free throws continue to be the kryptonite here for both teams. The struggles are unbelievable from the free throw line. And Carr makes it a 6-point game.
Yeah, I think that's what, 5 for 10 now?
Yeah, 5 for 10, and it's been really tough. A lot of free ones given away by both teams. Andrews will give it over to Reynolds, who has it near the A10 championship logo. Inside to Sims, who does one power dribble, a spin move, and it doesn't go. And the Ramblers get the ball.
Yeah, nice look, but they couldn't get it to go here.
So the senior, Jess Finney, got the rebound. Now Shivers driving inside with the left. Wild shot. Another opportunity there by Vaughn, and Vaughn couldn't get it to go. Rebound by Callisto.
And a 6-point game. That would have been a big bucket for Loyola to cut it to 4, but they can't get it to go.
Big bucket. Reynolds at the top, her and Shivers. And over to Andrews, who being guarded by Finney, the senior, and some contact there by Finney will send Andrews to the line. We've talked about Andrews. You know, she's been in the line. This will be her 4th trip to the line. She's 3 for 6 so far. She's got 12 points.
Yeah, and she knows how to get there, Darrell. And she can be aggressive and crafty around the basket. And if she can get these to fall, they'll be big for the Revolutionaries here.
And she's shooting 74% from the field this season. And she knocks that one down to make it 33-26.
Knocks down the second as well.
So good job there. And she has 14 points on the day.
Tori Tannen back in the game for Loyola.
Tannen still trying to get things going. It's been a rough go for her.
Oh, she found Finney on the backdoor cut, and the ball got caught between her legs.
Oh.
Going baseline, and that's going to be a double dribble.
So George Washington now 8-point lead, 34-26, 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Shivers guarding Andrews on the wing here. Swings it over to Reynolds at the top, and Shivers will switch over. As Reynolds trying to get it over to Callisto and throws it away.
Ill-advised pass. It looks like her and and Kalisto weren't on the same page. And that's going to go back over to the Ramblers.
Yeah, so a turnover battle right now, about the same. It's 9-9 on the turnover front. And we have a foul by Sims, and it may have been off the ball.
Yep. Sims been doing a lot of dirty work here. No points. She's 0 for 4, but she's definitely had a lot of presence down low.
I'm just going to throw this in real quick, ladies and gentlemen, for you NFL fans out there. DK Metcalf has requested a trade.
Oh.
He says he wants out of Seattle.
Wow.
He wants to go bye-bye. Tyler Lockett has signed with the Vegas Raiders, so he's going to hang back with his guy. And then the Jaguars plan on releasing Christian Kirk. Just to throw those couple NFL notes in there for you real quick. But Chicago
moving around.
Chicago Loyola will knock down both free throws. So 34-28. It's that time of the year, too. Free agency next week. So you know it's about to get real hectic. A lot of movement about to happen in the NFL.
George Washington moving the ball around pretty good here.
Reynolds. Back to Sims. Sims, who's been, unfortunately, she hasn't had any points, hasn't been able to do too much, but guess who has, and that's Mott.
Sweeping hook by Paige Mott there. Beautiful move.
Just hanging on to this 8-point lead, and is knocked away there by Reynolds. Reynolds up the floor, trying to go to the basket, and she does.
She is so crafty, Darrell. She takes her time. So much poise for a freshman.
And that's the thing. You can tell she's just cracking the surface. 6'1" guard from Michigan. Tannen. Her jumper won't go. Rebound by Kalisto.
All right.
And the Revolutionaries, 10-point lead. And yes, 10-point lead. This game just feels so much closer than what we've seen. Andrews inside. Push Finney all the way underneath the basket. And now we got a scramble. And the Ramble will take the basketball.
Scrambling Ramblers. Deptula came up with it.
Such a great name. I've heard a lot of names in college basketball. You got your, the Red Wolves and all that fancy stuff, or the Lumberjacks. But the Ramblers is just.
I like Lou Wolf, the mascot.
Yeah. A lot of energy from Wolf.
Yeah, he gets it going.
38-28, under a minute left here in the third. A 10-point lead for the Revolutionaries.
Ooh.
What a move by Cyrus. It doesn't go and rolls off the front of the rim. And Andrews has control of the basketball.
A little out of control. It was a beautiful move, but she was probably about 80 miles an hour going to the hole there.
Yeah. Andrews, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, leading the way for the Revolutionaries. Reynolds in a little trouble. We'll kick it out to Sims. Kalisto, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Sims for 3. And it found a way in, and she finally gets on the board.
Shooter's bounce. And the George Washington bench is on their feet. They knew it was good when it left her hand, Darrell.
Under a little pressure here. Shivers will shoot a 3, and look like a lot of pressure coming from the Revolutionaries. But Lamonte, that'll send us to the fourth quarter. George Washington up 41-28. They kind of pushed away there just a little bit. They pushed away a little bit there towards those last couple of minutes. What did you see?
They got more efficient. So that 7-0 run that they just had, they hit the last 3 field goals, Darrell. And that's foot on the gas, because if you're the Loyola team who's now shooting 23% from the field, you're going to have a hard time keeping up with consecutive baskets. And it looks like George Washington now is trying to run away with this thing.
And that's the thing. Neither team has been able to kind of push away. Yes, George Washington's up by 13, but Loyola's been kind of just hanging around here. So we'll see if they can make a run here in the fourth quarter and try to move on. But George Washington has everything in hand with the score 41-28. We'll be back here with more on the LegacyMaker Sports Network in just a little bit.
Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films.
Well, fourth quarter underway here. And George Washington will have the basketball. The George Washington band jamming a little Stevie over here. All right, we'll hit notes later. Me and Lamonte here all weekend.
All weekend.
41-28. George Washington up by 13 with a chance to try to punch the ticket to the next round. Little pump fake will kick it over to Sims. Sims driving inside. Uh-oh.
Beautiful.
And Sims, Kamari Sims, starting to feel it now.
That's 5 straight points for her.
6'1" sophomore from Severn, Maryland. 5.5 points per game with a big shot. And now it's a 15-point lead, largest lead of the game.
Oh, still
Rattles
no
out.
good for Theodorson.
She just hasn't had it today. And it's been a really rough goal for Theodorson. 43-28. And Reynolds at the top as George Washington has slowly, in these last 4 or 5 minutes, expanded the lead. Reynolds driving inside, a lot of contact. What a great job there by Bernard, just enough to distract her. And now here comes Bernard driving.
Deptula. No good.
And so now rebound by Mott. Sims will give it over to Andrews.
Loyola is now 9 of 41 from the field.
You can't have a day like that, and this is the most crucial time.
Not the way to survive an advance.
Oh, what a shot by Sims. She's starting to feel it now. She must have heard me say she hadn't been going, and now she's got 7 points as she'll head to the free throw line for the first time with a chance to complete the and one.
Yep, 7 straight points for Sims, and now the barrage of offense is coming from George Washington.
It's very, very, very impressive. So right now, 45-28, a 17-point lead now. If you're Chicago, your season is hanging in the balance here with 8 minutes and 24 seconds and an 18-point lead for the Revolutionaries. Bernard, spin move, hands it off to Hodge Carr, who will drive off the glass for 2.
She willed that one in the basket now. She's giving it all she's got. As there's 8 minutes left here.
16-point game as Andrews kicks it out to Galisto, who will drive inside. Nothing but space and opportunity.
Beautiful
And I'll be honest with you, Mont, the Ramblers look a little tired out there.
Yep, and it looks like it was started by Sims, who's no stranger to big-time basketball. She went to Riverdale Baptist, one of those juggernauts in Maryland there.
Tannen tried to do a little up and under on Mott, and it's a no-go. Reynolds will have control as Reynolds will swing to Sims. Callisto driving with the right off the glass for two. 50-30. And now Callisto is starting to feel it.
Callisto now taking over.
Nice little run here for Callisto. 50-30. Theodore will swing it over to Shivers. Shivers to Bernard. Bernard being guarded by Andrews. Bernard kicks it out to Hodge Carr. Three off the front of the rim is coming towards us.
Oh.
Lamont, good job of protecting yourself.
Shivers knocked it off Reynolds there, and a smart play to keep the ball for Loyola.
She might have saved us. I think last year we had a ball that almost took us out. Almost took our man Chris out down here from.
Yeah, he just throws his hands up, but we safety checked him. He's all right.
Our man Chris Powell from Couch Coach Live, man. He's just trying to protect himself down here.
Turnover.
50-30 in a GW up the floor. Sims swinging it to Andrews. Andrews down low. The three by
The high
Callisto.
hand, no good. Junior from Mozambique didn't get it to go, but Andrews gets the offensive rebound.
16 points for Andrew. She's got her 9th rebound.
And she just dished it down to Diallo down low, and Diallo puts it in for George Washington, and now it's a 22-point lead for the Revolutionaries.
It's impressive. I mean, Andrews is 1 rebound away from a double-double. And, you know, if you're Chicago right now, a game that you were only at one point down by 6 in the third, and George Washington has slowly but surely pushed this out to a 22-point lead. And with 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go, and you're shooting 23%, you only made 10 baskets today, it's going to be a hard thing to overcome.
Yeah, I think that momentum kind of died for them going into the half, where we saw the defense keep them in it, and Hodgcar got that steal, remember, and to bring it down. I think that would have brought them within like 5 or 7 or something like that. And it ended up being a 9-point swing, and they haven't been able to recover since then.
Well, we got a 6-0 run by George Washington. You know, they've scored 4 out of their last 5 baskets. They're starting to click now. And like we said, you know, we've seen impressive performances today from this Revolutionaries team. Reynolds, yes, 4 for 10, but 9 points. And she's been very effective defensively. They have 2 tall guards in Reynolds and Andrews that have given the short guards of this Ramblers team problems. And it has shown the entire game.
Yeah, and then you can tell how much in sync that Andrews and Reynolds are. They talk a lot. When one of them are off the floor, you can tell that, you know, their pace isn't as distributed as much. So both of them on the floor just look like they really gel together.
Yeah, and so far so good for George Washington. They struggled initially, but they have cranked it up here in the last quarter or two. In the second half, George Washington is shooting 53% from the field, 10 for 19, and they've really done a good job. But here's a number, Lamont, that I'm going to throw at you that has probably been a huge difference maker. Points in the paint. 34 points in the paint by George Washington to the Ramblers 12. And we knew going in that Mott could be a problem. Sims has come in the second half, and she's become a problem. It's just been really tough for the Ramblers to try to get out of that hole.
Yeah, and credit to the entire George Washington team who's taken advantage of that size, and even the cutting guards. Like you said, the tall guards. How many times have we seen Michaela Andrews cut to the basket and Mott find her, you know, on that reverse pass? Like, they're just using everything they can, all their space and all their plays to get the points inside.
It's been impressive. See, here's the thing about this George Washington team is if they can click, let's just say they get going, they could be a problem in this tournament. They've got the guard play that can do it. They've got a decent presence inside. The only thing I think that could hurt them is their depth. We haven't seen a lot of rotation on the depth. Maybe they may have went 8 deep, but they have not gone no further than that. And there's some teams that are really deep in this tournament, like Richmond and George Mason. So those are the teams that if they get that far, that could cause a problem.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of contributors, you know, from their bench now. But like you said, it's mainly the big three, you know, between Andrews, Reynolds, and Mott here.
So Hendricks driving with a nice move, and it's blocked by Sims, but they're going to say there was a foul. And that'll send Hendricks to the line. So Hendricks, who is a freshman, from West Bloomfield, Michigan. Which is a two-time state champion in Michigan.
She gets the first to go.
And she knocks down that first one, man. That's good to see them knock down both as Hendricks. So the freshman has made an impact this year within the 25 games that she's played and given very valuable minutes to the Ramblers.
And Loyola now in that desperation press, trying to get George Washington to turn it over. But those poised guards from George Washington just 1-2 punch, handle it all the way up the floor.
Yeah, it's been tough for Bernard and Shivers to try to really get anything going with Andrews and Reynolds. Sims, three, and she knocks it down. Kamari Sims is starting to feel it.
11 points, I think, in the second half, Darrell. She has come out on fire.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has. Little pump fake there by Bernard. 55 to 32, 5 minutes and 28 seconds left. George Washington getting a little closer to moving on. Reynolds will knock the ball away.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. That was a close one, but at least I think Reynolds touched it last.
I think so, too. I mean, we had a good view on it. I mean, they were right here.
Oh, yeah.
Ball in to Hendricks. Hendricks with a nice effort, and the ball gets stuck in between the backboard and the rim, and that, sir, that will explain the shooting night for the Ramblers.
That
day, I should say.
Symbolic of how their offensive game has gone, Darrell. They have not been efficient. I think they're about 23% from the field in this game.
Yeah, so here in the fourth, it's been a really tough go, and just have not shot the ball well. Bernard to Finley for three. That one is a little wild to the side. Off the glass, rebound by Vaughn, and Vaughn working down low for 2 points.
Tough turnaround jumper. She had Kennis over there in the corner, but she got it to go herself.
55-34. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this fourth quarter as the Revolutionaries inch closer to a win.
Beautiful ball movement by George Washington here.
Diala will get it in for two.
With the feed by Andrews, and she is fired up. She's happy to see her teammates score just as much as she is herself.
Hendricks will take it along the baseline here for the Ramblers. Wow, Sims is just, she's a freight train down there. And poor Hendricks is just fighting to keep the ball alive for the Ramblers, and the three knocked down by Bernard.
Wow, yeah, Hendricks just stayed with it. She had turned it over, but she stayed with it and got it out to Bernard for the three there.
And when she ran into Sims, Sims was down there waiting for her, and Hendricks, unfortunately, just bounced right off of Sims. The ball was loose, but Bernard able to knock down the three. So 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. We got our media timeout. We'll be back in just a little bit. George Washington up by 20 over Chicago, Loyola-Chicago. Yeah, I'll get it wrong every year, y'all. Y'all have to beat me up later. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Dream Clean LLC with Darrell Jones. They do commercial, residential, move-in/move out, post-construction, and organizational services. You can reach us at 804-933-5314. And remember, you can get a Dream Clean with the Dream Team. Dream Clean LLC. Big Jack's Cooking, with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Quality Exterior Services, LLC. Our services: lawn maintenance, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, flower bed maintenance, yard cleanup, and much more. We are licensed and insured commercially and residential. About us, services also include basic gardening tasks such as planting perennials, annuals, shrubs, and trees, lawn and garden maintenance services such as mowing, trimming, and pruning. We service the areas of Amelia, Blackstone, Chesterfield, Farmville, and all of the surrounding counties. So you can reach us at 804-591-6027. And remember, at Quality Exterior Services, LLC, your yard is our priority.
Well, we're back here, and we'd like to thank our sponsors for all of their support here for this Atlantic 10 women's tournament. The bands have been jamming, and we're going to see a lot of that this weekend. You know, the Peppers will be here later this evening, so you already know what's about to go down. They get rowdy. So we got a couple of great bands. George Mason has a really good band. We'll get a chance to see them in a couple of days. So Spiders got their band. It's going to be a very festive weekend here in the Atlantic 10 Women's Tournament.
Yeah, George Washington now just playing the clock game, trying to secure this W.
20-point lead, 57-37. Reynolds driving, will kick it to Sims. Sims, who's starting to pick up business with the left off the glass. Kamari Sims, a problem. I knew before the game. We saw what she did against Richmond, and now we got a steal. The Ramblers were trying to go inside, and Andrews gets the steal.
Complete game from Michaela Andrews today. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals.
She's 1 rebound away from that double-double. She's pleading her place. She's like, come on, Mr. Ref, what we doing here? That won't me. I didn't do this.
I love how she loves the game. She always has a smile on her face.
Andrews, who has come in, the grad student, has done a lot of good things for this George Washington team. She came from Lafayette, the young lady from Neptune, New Jersey. And as we said earlier, we have a fellow network member that would love it, but the young lady from France.
Marcel.
So Marcel knocks down the 3.
Bon voyage with that 3-pointer right in front of us.
Y'all didn't know we had a resident French expert up in here. Last year, our girl, Maya Torre, who's now with Utah, she just, Lamont blew her mind. She wasn't ready for it. 59-40. 2 minutes, 43 seconds, and we've got a foul on the floor.
I think that's going to be on Shivers. She's working so hard trying to get the ball back, and a little too late for Loyola, but they gave it the best they could.
They did. They really gave it a good effort out there today, and you have to be impressed of what you've seen so far, and it's just been a really good day for George Washington. It started off a little rough, but they was able to crank it up after that.
Saw a shot of George Washington's band there for a second. They look like they're turned up now as the wind is coming down the pipe.
Well, they know that they're so close to moving on. A 3 opportunity falls completely short. Diallo with the rebound. Now Lewis, who's got 4 fouls. You know, she left out of the game. We knew it was going to be a little trouble, but Sims stepped in big for Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
59-40 as Reynolds has it at the top, being guarded by Marcel. Andrews to Diallo. Diallo takes a couple dribbles, hands it off to Reynolds for the 3, knocks it down. Gabby Reynolds.
so patient. Did you see the way she contemplated that? She manifested that three-pointer going in.
Marcel for three. That one, oh, we almost had a second ball get stuck between the rim and the basket. They thought about it, then it popped out. Rebound by the Revolutionaries. And we've got some substitutions coming into the game here. And it looks like we may see Morgan Matthews come in along with Kyra Parnell from Galax, Virginia. People, for those who don't know, Galax is a single A powerhouse.
Oh, wow.
Basketball and football. They've won quite a few state championships. Now, I remember my high school team, Amelia, played them in the state championship in men's basketball, and it was devastating for us, but great for them. 62-40, 22-point game.
A kickball there on Tannen.
So Tannen, as we will also see, looks like we have Natalia Sierra Vargas from San Diego, California in for George Washington.
And Finney with the steal for Loyola-Chicago.
Bernard thought about it, working against Parnell. Nice little move to get the three opportunity, and then
Shivers comes up with that ball.
She was rolling on the floor trying to get a hold of that opportunity there.
Definition of the scrambler Rambler.
And so now 62-40 with a minute and 11 left.
Standing ovation for Thea Dorson when she came off for Loyola-Chicago. She's only a junior, but a lot of hard work. As Finney hits the turnaround jumper for Loyola-Chicago. 20-point game, 62-42. George Washington over Loyola-Chicago as time winds down here.
Just well done. George Washington, like I said, it was ugly for a while, but this second half, George Washington pushed it away as Sierra Vargas is fouled by Hodge Carr. And, you know, for those seniors, graduate students for Loyola, and with this being your last game, it's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you know you didn't have your best game.
Yeah. Keika, Brandon Keika Hodge Carr, she put in everything that she had. Even came back from injury. She gets called for 2 fouls back to back. She's just trying to end on a note, but we know from watching her, you know, that she's from Iceland and she's cold.
Yeah,
for sure.
She definitely had a tough one out there today. She fought hard, just really wasn't enough, you know. But they'll be losing some tough pieces. They'll be losing some tough pieces here, you know, with Hodge Carr leaving. Also, you'll see Tannen also will be leaving as well. And so they're going to lose Bernard, who, you know, had some tough moments throughout the game. So they're losing some tough players.
Yeah.
But, you know, Coach Goose, I'm pretty sure, will find a way to rebuild.
Yeah, Parnell put in a pretty three for George Washington there as Bernard finishes with the layup inside.
That's nicely done there by Bernard. 65-44.
Yeah.
21-point win here, or at least at the current time. A 21-point lead for the Revolutionaries. And we're just 20 seconds away from game 1 of 14 being in the books. And it's been a fun one here for our first game. And a very impressive performance by the Revolutionaries as they will head on to the next round. So, George Washington wins this one 65-44. And waiting to see, we may be getting a player from the Revolutionaries to come over and talk to our very own Lamont Thomas in just a little bit. But so with that win, George Washington will move on to take on Rhode Island. So I did get that wrong earlier about it being Fordham and Duquesne. But so the winner of this game will take on Rhode Island at 1:30 tomorrow. Now, George Washington beat Rhode Island.
That's going to be a good game.
So this makes this game a little bit more interesting.
It's going to be a good one.
They beat them. Scored this game for the last time. We were just talking about it earlier. Okay, score in this game was 54-46, and George Washington beat them in Rhode Island. So that makes you, if you're George Washington, your confidence level has to be getting a little bit better. And it looks like we may be getting Miss Andrews for an interview. So give us just a second here as we get set up for the interview, and Michaela Andrews will be coming for the interview.
Yeah, she's excited. Big, big win for George Washington as they'll move on to face Rhode Island and Coach Tammy Reese tomorrow. We got Michaela Andrews coming over for the interview. Well fought from both teams. And George Washington Revolutionaries celebrating their first round Atlantic 10 win. Nice game. Michaela, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
This is your show. I'm just gonna ask you a bit of recap questions. You and you and Gabby, you guys have a pretty nice tandem, and for her being a freshman, how are you guys able to be in sync in this game and control the pace of this game today?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about trusting each other. Everyone on the team, we trust each other. We know our roles, and we execute them, or we try to execute them to the best of our ability every single game.
Yeah. Complete game for you today. Looked like, I don't know if you actually completed the double-double. I think it was ended up with 9 rebounds.
Oh,
but a couple of assists. Definitely got in on the scoring department. What'd you guys do well on the offensive end today?
I think just stay together as a team. The ball was moving a lot. There was really good energy. And just, again, trusting each other. And we were hitting shots, so it was just fun overall.
All right, I think it's Rhode Island that you guys may have next. You guys have beat them before.
Yes.
I know that's going to be a tough matchup. What are you guys looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. Another matchup against another good team. They put up a challenge, but, we're also really good too. So I'm just excited for that next game.
All right, great game, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Michaela Andrews.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Michaela Andrews.
George Washington. What a game she had today. Team high, 14 points. Team high, 9 rebounds. Team high, 5 assists. She led George Washington in all categories today. She was a little bummed when she found out she didn't complete the double-double. I let her know she had 9 rebounds. She said, dang it.
But here's the beautiful thing. You get another chance tomorrow.
Right.
And against a team that you beat the last time, before this game on the last time.
You saw the smile on her face when I said, you beat Rhode Island before. She said,
knows.
We can do it. So we'll see.
That's the beautiful part of all of this, ladies and gentlemen. So a nice win for George Washington as they, were able to pull away in the second half. It was tight at half, and then they win this one 65-44. And we talked about the 14-point performance for Michaela Andrews. So we thank Michaela for coming on and talking to us before the game. She's making her media rounds now. Actually, they're talking to Coach down here on the other end. But, thanks to her for coming over to talk to us, her 14-point performance. Reynolds has 12 points on the day. So that's 26 points from your starting guards. Sims comes in, no points until about the mid part of the third. She finishes with 13 points, second on the team. She went 5 for 9, 2 for 3 from the three-point land, and she knocked down the free throw with 4 rebounds. So when Lewis got in trouble, she came through in the clutch. And then on the Loyola-Chicago side, Carr had 8 points. Bernard led the way with 13 points. Theodorson had 4. Shivers had 3. And a tough day for Tannen. Tannen's one of your top players, and no points. 0 for 7 on the day. That's a backbreaker for a team that really needed the points on the day. Kenneth had 2. Deptula had 5. Marcel had 3, Finney with 2, Hendricks with 2, Vaughn with 2.
Yeah.
And that's how it finished up.
Yep, 15 for 54. from the field for Loyola-Chicago. So they just had a really tough day shooting, Darrell. They couldn't get a lot of shots that they usually see fall. They couldn't get to fall. And, you know, that just really hurt them in the end.
So we'll see how things go. But the Revolutionaries will march on till tomorrow as they will charge in to take on the Rhode Island Rams. So the Revolutionaries versus the Rams, 1:30 tomorrow. That'll be myself and Russ Teleferro on the broadcast for that one. So can't wait to see that matchup. But we've got about 40 minutes before round 2 comes your way. So make sure you come on back to the LegacyMaker Sports Network and join us for our next game with the number 10 St. Louis Billikens, the scariest mascot in the A-10. That I haven't seen it yet, but I'm nervous. And then take on the St. Bonaventure Bonnies in our second matchup of the day. I'm Darrell Owens with Lamont Thomas. This has been the LegacyMaker Sports Network. We'll be back in about 40 minutes for game number 2.